Hey, Floyd, what was your reaction to the fight, man? What was your reaction to the fight, son?
Nah, Lamont won.
Who you thought won?
Lamont.
Man, you gotta just create more action. That's a sparring session as far as I'm concerned.
Boxing icon Floyd Mayweather shared his opinion on the Gervonta Davis vs. Lamont Roach fight, commenting on the outcome. The boxing community erupted after the match ended in controversy. Shocker Stevenson also reacted strongly, insisting that it wasn't a draw. Roach had won. He criticized Davis for being too confident and underestimating Roach's abilities. Stevenson argued that Davis assumed Roach posed no real danger, which ultimately led to his struggles in the ring. Many fans echoed Stevenson's frustration, believing Roach deserved the victory.
Lamont won.
Who you thought won?
Lamont.
You thought Lamont won? By how many rounds?
I don't know.
You still want the Tank Davis fight?
So what?
You still want the Tank Davis fight? What went wrong? What went wrong? Take out a little steam or fire out of it, or is it still the same?
I mean, we're gonna see. I'm the best fighter in boxing. I've been saying this, so.
Shakur, what went wrong for Gervonta in this fight? Just because, could we say maybe because Lamont didn't come in, they really...
I think he got overconfident. I think he was thinking Lamont wasn't that good. I told everybody how the fight was gonna go. The fight went exactly how I said. Exactly.
After seeing this performance from Gervonta, do you believe your confidence has gone a little bit more up?
My confidence been up. I've been knew I was the best.
Shocker Stevenson tweeted about the Davis vs. Roach fight, stating that his prediction was spot on for those who don't understand boxing. The match played out exactly as he had expected. Fans supported his view, calling for an immediate rematch. Well-known boxer and media personality Jake Paul also voiced disappointment in Davis's performance, saying the fight lacked the intensity of a championship bout. Paul compared the match to a sparring session rather than a competitive showdown, adding that Davis seemed far less aggressive than usual, straying from his typical fighting style.
Man, he got lucky as a draw. He did a good fight though. I thought he won it, but man, you gotta just create more action. That's a sparring session as far as I'm concerned.
Oh my God.
But god damn, that's not the Gervonta I know.
Middleweight champion Demetrius Andrade shared his perspective on the fight, recognizing Lamont Roach's impressive skill set displayed in the ring. Andrade argued that the match shouldn't have been declared a draw, suggesting that Roach had done enough to secure a win. Despite the controversial ruling, Andrade praised the overall quality of the bout, emphasizing the high level of competitiveness and talent showcased by both fighters.
Fight, Roach had something that we all wasn't expecting. He might have had power. His distance was good. He came in ready, prepared to fight, and he showcased that. And man, we had a good fight overall. It was a good IQ fight.
In all honesty, do you think Roach pulled it off?
I'm not gonna say that. I don't think that the draw is good. Other than that, it was a great fight. We'll love to see it again. It's me again, Caleb Plant, Chalo, Munguia, Edgar Belanga. Where the fuck you motherfuckers at? Let's get this shit happen. You already know. Stop playing. Let's get these shits popping, man. Time is ticking. Tick, 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 tick.
I mean, 100%. What do you think about Berlanga's obviously opponent that he chose? I mean,
Lightweight contender Isaac Cruz voiced his disagreement with the draw, emphasizing a crucial moment when Davis took a knee during the fight. Cruz argued that the judges and referee failed to credit Roach with the points he deserved for that moment, which could have altered the final result. He suggested that this oversight played a significant role in what he considered an unfair draw decision.
Pues ahora sí que dieron una gran pelea. Ahora sí que me sorprendió la pelea que dio Lamont Roach y bueno, fue una gran pelea para toda la aficionados.
¿Tú crees que fue un empate?
No, yo creo que no. Creo que le quedaron a deber la caída a Lamont Roach, pero bueno, decisión de los jueces y del referee que no le hizo válida la caída, no le hizo el conteo.
¿Qué le fue mal en esta pelea para Gervonta? ¿Qué fue lo que no hizo para que los jueces le den esta pelea? ¿Tú qué piensas?
Bueno, él nada más apostó a un solo round, a un solo golpe para poderlo noquear, y el cual Loma venía muy bien preparado, muy bien concentrado en el plan de trabajo. Bueno, creo que a Tank le faltó presionar, tirar más golpes para ser más contundente y que se viera más efectivo a la hora de la victoria.
¿Te gustaría ver una revancha entre ellos?
Pues estaría muy agradable. Ahora sí que la primera estuvo muy buena, yo creo que la segunda también.
Former world champion Danny Garcia shared his thoughts on the fight, calling it an exciting bout that showcased both fighters' skills. Speaking on Gervonta Davis's performance, Garcia pointed out that not every night in boxing reflects a fighter's peak form, implying Davis may have had an off night. He stressed the unpredictable nature of the sport and the difficulty boxers face in consistently performing at their highest level.
There's no doubt this was a statement performance.
Danny, what's going on, my man? What do you think of the fight?
Stay with me, stay with me. Stay with me, right?
Danny, what do you think of the fight, man? Are you surprised by the outcome?
Thank you.
It was a close fight.
I'm surprised the way Lamont fought. I knew Lamont was going to come to fight. It was an opportunity of a lifetime. You did a good job. You fought a great fight.
What went wrong with Tank Davis? I mean,
You said what was wrong with him? Every night in boxing is not your best, you feel me? But at least you got the draw.
Would you like to see a rematch of this or jump into a fight with Shakur Stevenson?
They don't, whatever they want to do. You feel me? Was a draw? I don't know. I thought it was a good fight.
Veteran boxing commentator Jim Lampley weighed in on the fight's result, stating that draws often leave both fans and fighters dissatisfied. He noted that many had expected Gervonta Davis to win by knockout, especially since Lamont Roach had moved up in weight for this match. Lampley suggested that Davis's failure to stop Roach could be seen as a setback, potentially impacting his reputation in the lightweight division.
Bag for fans, for people in the sport, etc., etc. I thought it was, in essence, the right decision. The only question about whether the upset draw is justified is whether Steve Willis erred in not deducting a point in a late round when Tank Davis appeared to touch the canvas with his hand. And, you know, that is going to stay in the woodwork and haunt the fight in the breach a little bit. But at the end of the day, it's a setback in Tank's career and for his reputation. I think most observers expected him to knock Roach out, particularly because Roach was moving up from 130 to 135. Sometimes when a fighter moves up in weight, he gets stronger, and it looked as though maybe Roach did get stronger and had a greater ability to resist Tank's power than other opponents have had, because Tank did tag him with a lot of clean shots, and he wound up throwing more punches than he likes to throw to get that done. He tagged him both on the chin and to the belly, etc., and couldn't seem to hurt Roach. And that was another surprise in the overall picture of the fight.
Undefeated welterweight champion Terrence Crawford took to social media to express his shock over the referee's decision not to count Davis's knee incident as a knockdown. In his tweet, Crawford voiced disbelief, implying that the officials may have ignored standard boxing regulations during the match. "I've never seen someone take a knee and not have it counted as a knockdown. Must have forgotten the rules tonight," he wrote.
Oh, not right, but Davis took off some of the steam of the punch, but still, Roach leaned with that.
He took a knee.
He took a knee. What is he doing?
He forgot his...
Former 3-division world champion Abner Mares called for a rematch between Davis and Roach, stating that Roach fought to his full potential, something many, including Davis, may have underestimated. Mares suggested that this misjudgment played a key role in the fight's outcome, and argued that a rematch would give both fighters the opportunity to refine their strategies.
I thought Roach closed the last 2 rounds. And then if you think about it, that knockdown was a knockdown. He took a knee, they should have counted. And, you know, those 2 points, like Roach said, you know, it would have been on his favor and he would have won the fight. But, you know, I hope they run it back again, which I'm sure they will. And, you know, we get more of a clear, you know, victory for either side.
How much of tonight was Lamont Roach being Lamont Roach, and how much of it was Gervonta Davis maybe not being at his best?
It was more. Reason? It was more. Yeah, well said. I think it was more of Lamont being Lamont. A lot of people were not expecting that. He was catching the punches really well, took them well. Great combinations, and just stood in the pocket and fought him right in the center of the ring. Even Tank was not expecting that, and I think that threw him off. And you know, great great performance by Lamont Roach, and Tank Davis. He's got to fight more. I mean, it's not as consistent with the fighting, and you know, again, the timing probably wasn't there for him this fight.
What does it say about Tank, man? Some people had him as high as, you know, top 5, top 10 pound.
You know what that's going to say about Tank now. Obviously, people are going to talk shit, and people are going to, you know, put him, you know, probably take him down on the pound for pound list, and you know, it is what it is. But so that's why Tank
Tank has to come back and really get that rematch and really make a statement. If it's with him or whoever else.
And lastly, Adam, you know, people wanted to know who's the best lightweight. Is it Keyshawn, Shakur, Tank? Do you think he can still beat those guys, or did Lamont show some things tonight that those guys are just?
Lamont's definitely there. Lamont can fight any of these guys.
Washington, D.C.-based boxer weighed in on the controversy surrounding the fight, expressing concern over the possible fallout from Gervonta Davis's passionate fan base. He warned that the contentious result could spark negative reactions, potentially leading to unrest. He emphasized the tense energy surrounding the event and stressed the importance of responsibly managing fan expectations in such high-profile matchups.
My reaction for this Tank versus Roach fight, I'm really disappointed, to be honest. Like, it's leaving a bad taste in my mouth, and the reason why is they leaving a negative energy out there. And a lot of y'all might not understand because y'all don't come from underserved environments or was never incarcerated or things like that. I'm from DC, and I know how we get active. I know people from Baltimore, and I know how they get active. When we talk about rivalries are cool. When I'm talking Commanders, Cowboys, stuff like that, that's friendly and cool. We talk our trash, but when we talking about when it's negative and we know that Tank have a young following and things like that, and I'm seeing certain people at these press conferences, violent individuals, and things can really turn out bad. So yeah, I understand they selling the fight and things like that, but certain things, it can get real bad. And I don't want to see nobody lose their life. Let this be a healthy rivalry. Y'all go in there, best man win, and fight over. It should be all love. We got to be careful with the message that we putting out. It's Mr. We Fit.
In his post-fight comments, Gervonta Davis acknowledged that the bout was valuable for the sport, commending Lamont Roach as a tough competitor. He admitted that fans expect him to deliver knockouts given his reputation, and that a draw was not an ideal result for a fighter of his stature. Davis's remarks reflected his understanding of the high expectations placed upon him and his respect for Roach's abilities.
Night for the sport. Didn't get what the decision I want, but we didn't get a loss either, so I felt like I won it, you know, the last couple rounds, so it's cool. Lamont is a great fighter. Hopefully I can get that rematch because I know what I can do in a fight, but it's cool.
Okay, questions?
Okay. Tank, is KG with Fight Hype. I wanted to ask Tank, you know, when the decision was read, the way that you reacted, you know, it looked like you was upset. You slammed your gloves on the canvas. What was going through your mind when you heard the decision?
I didn't slam my glove on the canvas.
Okay, maybe I mistook from my vantage point, so that's my mistake. But what was going through your mind when you heard the decision?
Nobody like a draw, you know, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more. And I should have did more. I was lost in I lost track in the rounds. That's why we need what is it called? Yeah, man. I didn't know what round it was.
When Calvin Ford, Gervonta Davis's trainer, reinforced his past assessments of Lamont Roach, emphasizing that he had always recognized Roach's skill and talent. Ford's comments indicated that Team Davis was well aware of the challenges Roach would bring to the fight, acknowledging the competitive nature of the matchup.
Night for the sport. Didn't get what the decision I want, but we didn't get a loss either, so I felt like I won it, you know, the last couple rounds, so it's cool. Lamont is a great fighter. Hopefully I could get that rematch because I know what I can do in a fight, but it's cool.
Okay, questions?
Okay. Tank, is KG with Fight Hype. I wanted to ask Tank, you know, when the decision was read, the way that you reacted, you know, it looked like you was upset. You slammed your gloves on the canvas. What was going through your mind when you heard the decision?
I didn't slam my glove on the canvas.
Okay, maybe I mistook from my vantage point, so that's my mistake. But what was going through your mind when you heard the decision?
Nobody like a draw, you know, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more, and I should have did more. I was lost in I lost track in the rounds. That's why we need, what is it called? Yeah, man.
Lamont Roach's performance received widespread praise, with many considering him the first fighter to truly push Davis to his limits. Fans have been vocal about wanting a rematch, arguing that Roach deserves another opportunity to showcase his skills.
Lamont Roach definitely earned my respect tonight. Definitely one of the first fighters to put Tank to the test. Just matching fire with fire. That was a good fight. For me, I need to see a rematch ASAP. But yeah, Tank definitely took the knee 100%. I see Roach winning that 7-5 personally. But boxing is business, so they were never going to let him have that win. Roach's timing was on point though. No easy knockouts tonight. The sharp counters, like, very good fighter, very good fighter. Let me know what you guys think, if that robbery was fair or not. Leave it in the comments.
Both fans and analysts continue to claim that Roach was unfairly denied victory, pointing to the moment when Davis took a knee without being given a knockdown. This controversy has only intensified calls for a rematch, as many believe Roach was robbed of a fair result.
Lamont Roach just got cheated. And Lamont Roach's fight versus Tank Davis just ended in a draw. And based on what I just seen, he was winning the fight. But you know what makes it worse? What makes it worse is Tank Davis took a knee. When you take a knee in boxing, that's supposed to be an automatic knockdown. They literally let Tank Davis take a knee. The referee wanted to count. He chose not to count. He went to the corner, wiped off his hair, wiped off his eye, and then kept fighting. And to me, that makes no sense. How are you able to do that and not be a knockdown? Yo, boxing is crazy, bro. This stuff is wild. And you know what makes it even wilder? His excuse said, I just got my hair done and my hair was in my eye. Bruh, cut your hair. This is boxing, man. Y'all dudes be trying to look too pretty. But with all that being said, it was a great fight. I just hate the ending. Give that man Lamont Roach the knockdown so he could go ahead and win.
For the first time in his career, Gervonta Davis failed to secure a knockout, leaving some fans frustrated. The disappointment was evident as sections of the crowd even booed him after the fight, reflecting the immense expectations placed on him.
Oh my god, Gervonta just lost his perfect record. His fight with Lamont Roach was scored as a majority draw. Roach threw more punches and landed more punches on Gervonta. Just look at the numbers. And was this a knockdown? Roach after the fight wasn't satisfied and he said if that was scored as a knockdown, he would have won the fight tonight. Gervonta after the fight said that some grease from his hair just got in his eyes and he couldn't see well. Crowd started booing Tank, his own crowd. We all know boxing fans. They love you one day, they hate you one day. That's exactly what Tank said. But what do you think really happened? Was that because Lamont is really that guy? Or is it because Tank really needs to take time to himself, retire, go back to school as he mentioned? I don't know. But you go ahead and comment, let's talk about it.
Team Davis's coach stood by his fighter, while also giving Roach credit for his performance. He stressed that neither competitor had a decisive victory and acknowledged that Roach deserved respect for his efforts in the ring.
Well, both of us back today was that again. Nobody won. Nobody won. He can sit there and say, I didn't get knocked out. That's the only thing that's good to say. I didn't get knocked out. Maybe that was his championship because he didn't. You know what I'm saying? He fought a brilliant fight. So we go talk to him. You know what I'm saying? You know, Tank was talking about retirement stuff. That might change things. We don't know. We have to wait and see.
MMA journalist Ariel Helwani speculated that this could be one of Davis's final fights, as the boxer has hinted at retiring. Helwani suggested that the unsatisfying result might accelerate Davis's decision to step away from boxing sooner than expected.
Great Gervonta Tank Davis. He's returning to defend his WBA lightweight title against Lamont Roach, who is moving up from super featherweight. Tank Davis is these days kind of averaging 1 fight a year, which is a shame. He wants to have 3 more fights and then retire by the end of 2025. Does he get 3 fights this year? Does he actually retire by the end of the year? Who knows? But this may be one of the last times we see him, at least for now. So catch him while you can. One of the most exciting, one of the most hard-hitting fighters in the sport, and we suspect once again that he wins, and I suspect that he wins via stoppage once again. He is one of the hardest hitting guys in the history of the sport, and we suspect that if he gets by Roach, there could be some big fights on the horizon this year. We don't know, but he's got to get by Lamont Roach first. That test goes down this Saturday in Brooklyn.
Even some of Davis's own supporters acknowledged that Roach performed exceptionally well and absorbed Davis's power with remarkable composure, This unexpected shift in opinion has been one of the fight's biggest surprises. Jalen Love stated that Lamont Roach outboxed Gervonta Davis and believes Roach did enough to earn the victory, insisting he should have had his hand raised at the end. Asterisk.
And what'd you think? The crowd didn't seem to like the draw. Did you think that was the right call?
Nah, man, I ain't gonna lie. I love Gervonta. Obviously, we come from a lot of the same shit. But I love boxing, and I seen Lamont Roach outclass Gervonta Davis tonight.
Yeah.
And I ain't against Tank. I'm just a boxer. If you ask me, I'm gonna keep it real.
Yeah.
I thought Lamont did enough to receive the victory.
Yeah.
Obviously, it didn't go his way. It was a good fight. The boxing fans won. And shit.
About the knockdown,
I think if anytime you take a knee or touch the canvas, blood touch, and it's through to a bunt punch, or even if you hurt and you go down, that's a knockdown. That's what I know from the rules of boxing since it started. You touch the canvas, it was not counted. He put a halt to the fight to go get his face wiped. These are all penalties, point, all different shit. So, you know, from the game that I know if I was in that bitch, that would have been a knockdown. But it is what it is. Can't let the cash cow go. He's filling out these arenas. You're supposed to do that.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, he was better against Frank Martin. It looked like he was flat tonight.
Styles make fights.
Yeah.
Styles make fights.
Yeah.
And Lamont Roach is a stellar fucking fighter. If you know Lamont Roach, know his father, know his brother, know the whole, they come from a great pedigree of boxing, and you've seen that tonight.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.